Welcome to today's episode of the Mindset Mentor Podcast. I am your host, Rob Dial. If you have not yet done so, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss another episode of this podcast. I have a special guest with me back for round two. I have my wife, Lauren, who's going to be with me today, and we're going to be talking about what is love. This is it's going to be a deep conversation, and Lauren and I are going to give our perspectives, which feel right for us, but doesn't mean that it's internationally right for every single person.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it is the answer. It's just ours from where we're currently standing.
When you first came into our relationship, what was your view on love? What did you think that it was? What is love? What was love at that point in time for you?
Yeah, I feel like I have been really fortunate to come from a childhood and a background where love was very abundant. I mean, like everybody gave and showed love very freely. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and so I had her with me at all times, and she was like my best friend growing up.
And so my perspective was definitely different with my dad not being around and my father being an alcoholic. And so I never felt like I wasn't loved. But I would say that, it was definitely a different perspective that we both brought into the relationship. And I want to talk about and share our perspectives now that we're in this relationship. And we had a conversation a couple months ago, and we were talking about a friend in a relationship. And you said, oh yeah, but she really loves him. Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, but is she in love with him? And then we had this deep conversation about what's the difference between love, like loving somebody, versus being in love with somebody. And so I gave you my definition, and I don't think you gave me your definition because I think we arrived at home and then we went on to something else. Yeah. So I'll give my definition in a second. But what do you think, from your perspective, is the difference between loving somebody and being in love with somebody?
Yeah. So I feel like I have love for other people. I really care about them. They mean a lot to me. I will genuinely love a lot of my friends, pretty quickly. Like I just appreciate and have gratitude for these people, and I love them. Mm-hmm. To me, being in love is a little bit different because, and again, I think this is like where I stand right now, because this is always evolving and changing. But as I was thinking about it, to me, it's somebody that you can be completely vulnerable with and feel safe to be your full self around. You don't have to edit yourself in any way. And you want to have every experience of life with this person.
Me having less capacity at that point in time to be vulnerable and not really knowing as much about what love was or feeling it as much, you kind of met me where I was versus being in your natural state. Right. It was that you were actually meeting me where I was and you weren't giving more. Yeah. And one of the things that he had said is it's Rob, it's your job is to try to open up a little bit more in the relationship and to try to be more open, allow yourself to be more open. And Lauren, you need to teach him how to love.
That changed everything. He's like, you're actually the teacher. And I was like, oh, okay. And I had never seen it that way before. So that was a huge eye opener and a really good perspective to understand what was going on.
And how do you think that shifted things for you and then also shifted things in our relationship?
Oh, I mean, it was like huge because I started to understand, obviously my understanding of everything got so much more clear, and I took my role very seriously because I cared about you. And also I was able to, they had like a new window into why you were the way you were. It wasn't just because initially I think I probably had the perception like I'm not good enough for this. Right. He's withholding something from me because I'm not enough. Right. Was the initial story I kind of formulated from that. But then having the understanding of, okay, Rob is the way he is because of what he experienced. And it's not that he's withholding, he needs to learn. Like he just doesn't have the context or the background to be where you are with love. And I was like, oh my God, I just had never realized that.
So then let's wrap it up with this. Let me ask you the question that we started off with in the title of this episode. Give me a short answer. What is love?
Oh, what is love? I feel like love is when you can get down to the true version of yourself and show kindness and compassion and care for someone else and yourself.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with you. I would say love is the state that is natural for all of us when we can get past the judgment of ourselves and the judgment of others.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I like that. That's a good one.
All right. All right, everybody. That's what we got for you for today. If you love this episode, please do me a favor. Share it on your Instagram stories. Tag me in it, Rob Dial Jr., ROBDIALJR. You can tag Lauren in it too. She is on Instagram. It is Lauren Pena Dial. And if you guys want us to keep doing episodes like this, if you have any questions that you want us to answer, whether that be with relationships, love, life, dogs, spiritual development, any of those things. Lauren is also a coach and has been a coach now for 4 years, and has her own clients and all of that as well. You can go to askrobandlauren.com and you can just put your questions there. And hopefully we can do more of these. And I just want to give you guys a different perspective. Instead of just me being the guy who's teaching directly to you all the time, I want to see if I can, give you some other perspectives and kind of see behind the scenes of what's going on in my mind, what's going on in my life, what's going on in my relationships. And once again, it's askrobandlauren.com. And I'll just say this, the more detailed your question, the more thorough your question, the more thorough our answers can be. Mm-hmm. So if you can give us some more context, that would help, whatever it might be. So that's what we got for you for today. I'm going to leave you the same way I leave you every single episode. Make it your mission, make somebody else's day better. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
We hope that you have an amazing day.
Yeah.